Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Amazon exclusive Gorr the God Butcher from the Thor God of Thunder comics, which I actually have. I have some of these books and I did read them. I had a good time, Pretty interesting character, pretty cool design by the way, and I did like him in the movie. I thought Christian Bale nailed it. Anyway, the packaging looks dope over here. You get a 3D render image of Gorr the God Butcher on one side, and then on the other side you can see some nice looking artwork looking all freaky, and then on the back you can see a 3D render of the figure plus the accessories that come with it, and then there's a Mjolnir on the top that is not spot varnished and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get this Gorr figure, you can do so at Amazon. I already said it was an Amazon exclusive, but if you're trying to get your other Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Gorr the God Butcher out of the packaging, and it looks pretty good. I mean, solid, but not the greatest at the same time. I don't know if it's supposed to be bigger or not. I feel like this figure should be a little on the bigger side. I don't know. We'll take a look at the accessories that come with this figure, and then we'll take a closer look at Gorr. So here's all the accessories that we get for Gorr, and I wish we got a little bit more. This does feel a bit light, and if you're asking yourself, well, what other accessories would you have wanted? Well, I found this picture right here where he has an extra weapon on the left hand, so they could have included that. That would have been nice. Anyway, we do get the two heads along with the two right hands, and this right hand is connected to the Necro sword, which did come a bit warped. I did heat this up to straighten it out, kinda. It's still a bit warped, so that's kind of tricky to do. But you know what? It doesn't look horrible. I like how we have the symbiote goop creeping around and everything and dangling underneath. There's no hinge over here, so it's just a, stagnant pose right there for the right hand. For your Necro sword comparison, you can see this is the one that came with Null. I don't know if these are the same exact sword or not, because I know Null pulled this out of a Celestial, right? Is it the same Necro sword? And then we have the MCU version right over here. So I want to show those off. And then you can see we have the interchangeable right hand, and it has some nice black symbiote goop painted on there, nice fingernails painted on there. Here's a look at the left hand, very similar, just fingernails painted on that side. And then we get the two heads. We get the one with the hood off, and I think it looks pretty cool. I love the paint detail on the face. The paint apps and the sculpt on these is really the highlight of the purchase for me. I really like that face sculpt. The photoreal tech that they're using for the comic figures just looks fantastic. Look at those teeth. Ah, man, this looks great. When you put this on, it's pretty easy to do. This is going to go behind it, and this is going to go in the front, and you can see we have some nice pink right over here. Nice sculpted details throughout on this, little pointy things at the bottom. And then we have the hooded version right here, also looking fantastic. Nice details on the sculpt and paint apps. Really liking all those sculpted lines in there, and the eyes look really good. Very freaky looking. Yeah, I do like it. Now, one thing I don't like is the body size for this character. I think he's supposed to be bigger. No? Isn't he supposed to be bigger? I do like the paint details right here, with little bits of pink and everything. So that's cool. We get the pinned joints, so definitely Grim Reaper body mold parts throughout on this, except they did create a new torso over here that has a dumbbell joint for the neck, which bothers me, so I don't like that. The paint apps look solid, looks okay when we see them. But, shadowing effect here and there would have been kind of cool to see, I guess. I don't know, right? It just feels like just a little bit light overall. But yeah, it does look cool right there. Those pink glowing shapes around some of those bits. And then, yeah, we are missing the correct, the extra heel. He's supposed to have like a second heel, like a theropod, or like a chicken. So these are supposed to be like the feet. And it's supposed to have like a second heel joint, They could have reused that for Gorgon maybe or something, just swap the feet. But yeah, toenails look pretty good with the paint apps, so that's pretty cool. Now you do have some display features here where you can get him more stripped down without this robe, which I do think looks cool, by the way. I do like it. Nice sculpt here. I like how it has some motion to it and stuff, so that's pretty neat. I do like it. Soft material where it's pliable enough to not really hinder the figure terribly. And you can have him displayed like this, more the nudist kind of Gorr Gorr in the nude. But yeah, you could do that if you want to, but I do prefer having this on here. And to go over the articulation without the cloak on over here, you can see that we have that double ball jointed head, and you could move the head up only that far with the head that has the most articulation. So yeah, at the very best, he'll look up that much, downward, turn side to side, and you do get head pivoting. But to get this other setup on here, you just got to drape this over here, and then you just pop this on right there, and you can see the head will look up, not at all with that head sculpt on there. It will look downward though, a little bit, side to side movement, and you do get head pivoting. No butterfly joints. We get the shoulders that move outward just that far. They move inward all the way, rotate a full 360, and then you can see some chewing up here from the shoulder articulation. That is unfortunate. That bothers me. We get bicep swivels right there. We get the pinned double jointed elbows. The wrist turn side to side and hinge up and down. And then you get the ab crunch forward, ab crunch back, waist cut. And yeah, you only move that far forward. Hips move outward that much. And he'll kick forward very high and not back. Upper thigh cut, pinned double jointed knees, calf rotation, ankles move down, up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out the height of this Gorr figure, you can see that he is standing at about 7 to 7.5 inches tall. And then for a size comparison, we have Gorr next to a couple of Thor figures, or we have the Odin son, and then we have Thor right over here. And I found images of Gorr fighting both of these versions of Thor. I didn't find images of him fighting Thor with the Uru arm right over there. And I remember this is a big part of him, you know, becoming worthy again. So I'm kind of curious as far as the timeline goes with this. It's probably fought him first like that and then later like that, I think. But anyway, I feel like he should be bigger. He should be like Thor size. No? Am I tripping? Or shouldn't he be bigger? Then here's Gorr next to a fellow Necro sword wielder. We have Null from the Venom 2-pack, and it has been customized by Freki. It's not being held up by anything with that wing over there. That's standing on its own. Then for a Gorr comparison, we have our 616 version and our MCU version. And I remember hearing a lot of complaints about this Christian Bale Gorr before the movie came out. And then after Love and Thunder, I heard a lot of people were really happy with Christian Bale's Gorr, and I thought he did a fantastic job as well. I don't know if people are still mad about it or what. I don't know. You let me know if you're still mad. Are you mad, bruh? And here's Gorr next to Namor Submariner, who's also using the Grim Reaper body mold, or Grim Reaper parts anyway, because yeah, obviously the hip section and the torso's different, but it does have the same leg parts and arm parts right over there. Again, I feel like they could have used something larger. I wish they did anyway. And then here's Gorr next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Wait, Gorr has a symbiote stuff, so that's not from Null? That's from you? Or is it from Null first and then you? Or was it originally from the Clintar? I don't know what's going on with the 616 anymore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And this figure is okay. At most, I think it's okay. I don't know. I really like the head sculpts. I will go back to saying that the head sculpts do make me happy. I think they look very cool. But aside from that, like everything about the figure, or everything else about the figure, really disappoints me. I like the pink paint apps around those discs. That looks cool too, but that's such a minor thing compared to everything else. You know, they did the feet wrong. I feel like the figure should have been a lot larger. And, I mean, the Necro Sword is cool, but, you know, having the interchangeable right hand with the trigger finger sticking out is a little bit weird. Having more accessories would have been nice to have with the figure, too. It does feel a bit on the light side, so, yeah, that's how I feel about the figure. I like adding extra characters to my displays, so that always makes the figure, that makes me more biased towards the figure if it's a brand new character. Like, as bad as the figure can be, if it's a brand new character, well, I'm a sucker for it and I want it in my collection. So that's definitely one of the strongest points of me having this figure, and that's kind of bare bones in it, you know what I mean? But I do like the head sculpts. It's just not, I don't know, I'm not that connected to the figure, but I do like having a new character on the display. So I'm not really that thrilled about it, man. For the price point around, what, 26 to 30 bucks? I'm gonna give this Gorr figure a Sun rating of meh. And I wish I was more excited for it. I would like to be happier with the purchase, but I'm not. So, I don't know. That it is what it is at this point. Anyway, I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy. Hey, new Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.